it's all about backing up square. And I didn't do it, but I think I can get that arm on over there. That's one. I would call that a success. Well, not so much a success. That's two. And that is the angle that Bush Hog wants, just like that. So now what we got to do is tighten up the stabilizer so this thing doesn't flop all over the place. I haven't put the drive shaft in because I have it over on the workbench and they want some special attention to grease fittings. So we're going to do that on the workbench. We'll check the oil, we'll grease all the fittings. Then we're going to go mow some grass in the sun. Maintenance. Let's start by sharpening the blades. I've got my ramps for the RV in front of the tires. If I drive up on that, that'll raise the back end, which will raise the mower even more, and it'll give me clearance. Brake is set. So I guess I'll just put those right there. Well, that one was loose. Now this is a finishing mower, and that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm not taking it off-road. I'm only going to cut stuff that's been mowed before, and that doesn't mean I won't hit rocks. The crate over in the other barn, that's a flail mower, and that's for the fields. So we'll use this for the fine cut, we'll use the flail mower for the fields, we'll use the push mower for trimming, and I do have a string mower, but hopefully I can get everything to the point where I don't need it. Let's sharpen some blades. So it looks like I wasn't able to follow my own advice. I'll do the rest of them and get back to you. You're not supposed to grind the back side, but I think I might just try to flatten that out a little bit. I think I'll order a new blade. All right, I'll get the rest of them done. They're tight now. All right, let's go do the drive shaft. Next, let's take care of the drive shaft. And I'll be honest, I've already done it, but we'll go through it. There's a grease fitting here. And you turn the drive shaft so you can get to it. Okay, let's put it in the fitting this time. Okay. Paper towel. I like to wipe them off because you don't get a big glob of goo. Then there's a plastic grease fitting here on the safety shield, so it You get some grease into the bearing for that. And all that is a little bearing around the shield. So the plastic shield can go. And then there's another one right there. And another one there. And then they want you to slide this apart. And put some grease on the shaft. Okay. Now I have trouble with these collars. The collar's really stiff. So I spent some time and put some oil in here, and then I took a little gear oil on each ball. I put a drop. And then down here on the slide, I put some oil on there. And I also oiled up the inside there so it's nice and... What? Let's go put it on the tractor. I'm not good at this, but let's try it. And I've had trouble with these collars. I took particular attention to them and lubricating them to try to make them easier to put on and off. This back one isn't too bad. Okay, that one's in. It's this one that gives me the trouble. Okay, it's on the... I got the collar pulled back. Go, baby! Okay, all right. Okay, that's on. And that's on. Outstanding. Let's check the gearbox oil. What it's supposed to do is supposed to be even with the bottom of the plug. So oil should just want to run out. And sure enough, we're good. So if anything, that's over full. But there is a vent here. So if it over pressurizes, I'll just have a mess. Okay, and we'll wipe that up. Okay, they want you to go around and apply grease to the pivot. I'll have to get an attachment for that. I don't see where they, oh, wheels. Apply multi-point grease to the wheels with grease gun. Boy, there's a bunch of grease fittings here. And now I actually have gone around and done this once already. I still haven't seen any grease squeeze out anywhere. Well, that grease fitting is loose. I'm gonna have to go get a wrench, tighten it, and turn it so I can get a grease fin on it. Actually, it's not loose, it's stripped. So that's probably from the factory. For now, I can get grease in there. Now, in the trip over here, this is loosened up a little bit, so I'm going to tighten that up. The height is where I'm going to put it for this time. The grass has really grown because we haven't had a chance to cut it. I cut it high last time. I'm going to cut it high again this time. It's still going to be too low. And I'm going to put a drop of oil on every one of the contact points here. And I'm actually putting it on the ball. You know, I really wish I could find a good squirt gun. All right. Last but certainly not least are the spindles. This one I can't see. It's missing. There isn't one there. Son of a gun. So I've decided to cheat. I want to go out and mow grass in the sun. We actually, my son and I found an Alamite fitting on the top of this housing a couple days ago. We didn't know where it came from, so it must have been that. So what I've got here is this, it's not broken off down in there, it's just come out. And it's a nice round surface there. I bought this fancy dancy grease gun adapter kit, and this needle fits right down into that nozzle, just beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is just squeeze some grease into that, and then I'll come back and fix this another day. There we go. Okay, and it didn't even spill any grease. Let's go cut some grass.